Hi, ladies. It's Angela here, and I'm really excited to share with you a topic that I think is great for the new year as we move past the time of year where we tend to indulge more, eat more sugar, have more carbohydrates, possibly drink a bit of alcohol. And I think this can impact our hormones more than you would know. And so we want to be thinking about what can we do now to start improving our hormone health and balance and improving our symptoms overall. As you move towards and into that menopausal transition, which can really happen anywhere from the age of 35 all the way up to 55 or even beyond. So it can be a 15 to 20-year time period where we're potentially suffering with symptoms. We want to be thinking, what can we do to get us out of the suffering and into feeling more functional and even more optimal? And what I have found over the years in my practice with women is that the number one tool that we can utilize to help with this is nutrition. It is just the most powerful thing. It is something that we have to face up against every single day. Every time we put something on our fork or on a spoon in our mouth, things that we drink, it's going to impact our hormones, like it or not. And as we get closer to the menopause transition and our female sex hormones are lowering significantly, we're going to be more prone to certain symptoms. So there are things we can do specifically with nutrition to help us ward off these symptoms. The symptoms I'm talking about may be ones that you're aware of, symptoms such as hot flashes, potentially poor sleep, mood swings, terrible PMS, heavy periods, cramping, pain, discomfort, a lot of fatigue, weight gain. Sound familiar? You may have one or all of these symptoms. And if so, we know that one of the most powerful tools is nutrition. A couple quick tips for you. It doesn't have to be anything fancy to start, but we want to start by thinking everything that I bring into my body from a food perspective has an influence on my hormones. So the best gift you can give yourself as a starting point is to look at bringing in healthy whole foods. It should be the foods that are on that outside of the aisle. You shouldn't be looking at things that are processed and packaged in cans, things that you're opening. These are already at a certain level packaged, and they can get more and more packaged and processed depending on the product. But if you are buying things on the outside aisles of the grocery store, you're in the fruit and vegetables section and you're in the meats and protein section, on opposite sides, most typically in most stores. These are going to be foods that are in their whole food form. Now you can bring them home. Some of them you can eat just in their whole food form as is, certain vegetables. Some of it you have to cook, of course. Definitely certain proteins you don't want to be eating raw. You want to cook them, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Most things that you need to cook, you can bake. You can put a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, a couple of spices if you like. You can bake and roast a lot of vegetables, a lot of proteins in the oven. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it can make all the difference to you to start eating this way because it starts to reduce inflammation in our bodies and allow our hormones to be processed and function properly. And as our hormone levels lower for females, as we move towards and into that menopause transition, we want to make sure that we have as much access to these hormones as possible by keeping our inflammation low in the body. And the best way to do that is with foods. I hope this gives you just some quick tips and ideas and thinking, really just starting to shift your thinking towards the outside aisles of the grocery store and bringing in healthy whole foods. There are much more ways to get much more customized with what you're doing with diet and lifestyle for you as an individual, based on your health history, based on your health genetics, based on where you're at with your current hormone status. This would require us connecting to work together, potentially one-on-one. And if you feel like you may be at this stage where you want a more customized nutrition plan and lifestyle plan, please feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my website at www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca, and I am happy to connect with you there through a complimentary consult. You also can, if you haven't already, go to my group called Functional Medicine for Hormonal Imbalances in Facebook and join that. There's lots of great tangible information in there, and you can also DM me through Facebook. And there's also other social media channels that you connect with me on: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and again, Facebook. Lots of ways to connect. I really look forward to bringing more and more valuable information to you as a female so that you can learn how to rebalance your hormones naturally as you move towards and into that menopause transition. It doesn't have to be all about suffering. There are ways to get the balance back, and there are ways to get the balance back naturally. Again, one of the most powerful tools is nutrition. So I look forward to bringing you more and more specific information on this topic, and I hope you can take this information and start to implement it into your everyday life. Thanks, ladies. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.